Welcome back, everybody. Holiday Doc here, supporting the November No Shave Your Mustache. Mine looks terrible, so don't try to copy mine. What are we talking about today? The Modern Warfare 3 class setup video that so many people have been bothering me about. Well, not bothering me, just requesting. And my class setup videos usually do fairly well. You know, Modern Warfare 3, I have close to 750,000 views just on class setup videos alone. But a lot of you may be asking, what makes my opinion even matter? Well, so far on Modern Warfare 3, I've only lost 3 games, 2 of which I've lost due to disconnects. So I've only lost legitimately 1 game, and even that was because I joined session on my friends and tried to ruin their streak like an asshole. But what are we talking about in regards to today? Well, I don't want to cover too much Slayer support / just Slayer only classes, because I want to invite my good friend Midget King, who is a phenomenal player, phenomenal killer in this game, to explain it with me. But what I want to cover today is just what my general idea is on, you know, some decent classes at least, for continued success here in Modern Warfare 3. So without further ado, let's jump into the gameplay and check things out. So off the start, you're going to see that yes, I've named all my classes, something I usually don't do unless I'm doing a video. But to start with, I'm going to go ahead and start with my objective role class setup. So primary, I am using the MP5. Now, why would I use the MP5 over the UMP? Well, after my friends pointed out just recently that it has a higher rate of fire, it tends to kill a bit quicker, even though the damage is slightly lower than the UMP. I also like the way it kicks back and how the recoil actually works. I feel like it's more stable, more control, more predictable, which leads to more kills. With that being said, I am using kick. Even with all these other ones unlocked, I think kick would still be the best one. I did get an opportunity to play with all these other ones at a previous date, but I think kick is by far the best. And if you've known me for quite some time, you know when I play objective, I like to use a silencer. Silencer is going to delay the reaction time from the opposing team to pinpoint where you are. Yes, they know that their teammate may have got killed somewhere over in the vicinity, but they don't have that marker on the map that stays for about 2.5 seconds on there to give them a more pinpoint area. So silencers help me out when I'm playing objective. Now, if we go back to the actual class, or the perk, sorry, I'm using Extreme Conditioning Pro, which I was hoping that, you know, they would change it and it would give you Everlasting Run. But unfortunately, that's not the case. You can only climb obstacles faster with it. But the increase in run time is extremely beneficial, especially with CTF and getting to those first bomb sites first. Quick Draw Pro, 100% necessary when you're playing that fast-moving objective class. You know, you need to be able to recover. You want to just toss things and go. You want to just react very quickly. This is going to allow you to do that. And obviously, you're going to follow that up with steady aim. You know, you're going to run into a lot of opportunity or a lot of occasions where you're going to run right up on an enemy, and you might not be within knife range, but the hip fire increase is going to land you the kill more often than not. As far as kill streaks and all that stuff goes, we'll get to that after I go through some other classes. So now that we've covered, you know, what I usually, or 90% of the time, play with, let's go and take a look at my Slayer support matchup from what I've sort of selected here. And keep in mind, I don't have all the weapons available. So when I'm choosing these classes, I have to, you know, just work with what I got. If I was a farther up there, I'd definitely be using the ACR. I think the ACR is the best gun of the game for, you know, the automatic guns. So the CM901 has a fairly decent damage rate. It's not the greatest with fire rate, but I do like how it reacts. You know, throwing a silencer on it stabilizes the weapon a little bit better. Secondary, I'm using the 44 mag. You know, pretty straightforward. People were using the other revolver pistol, but I felt like it just kicked way too hard. You couldn't really control it, and I just didn't like it. Sleight of Hand Pro, Quick Draw Pro, and Steady Aim yet again. You know, the Slayer support, you know, sometimes you're going to be forced into those positions where you're going to be up on the forefront of the opposition line, so you want to be able to react quickly, maybe throw the hipfire down if need be, and an automatic weapon is 100% necessary if you are going to be up on that support role. Sometimes you're going to have to grab flag, and a 3-burst round gun is not going to cut it. Down to just a Slayer only. Now, a Slayer only is, the guy who's just getting the kills, distracting the opposition, and just making sure nobody gets into any sort of power point or powerful position on the map. So that guy is going to need to have really good accuracy with his weapon. I feel like the Type 95 is one of the best guns in the game, and it reacts very similar to the G11 from Black Ops, if we want to even talk about Black Ops. And yes, I am using the red dot with kick as well. Secondary, magnum, frag grenade, and concussion grenade. Sleight of hand pro, quick draw pro, and marksman. Marksman I like on my Slayer class because you end up seeing target names a lot quicker than without it, and I feel like it adds quite a bit more to your arsenal being that Slayer. Anti-air, anti-heartbeat sensor. Now, if you're playing pubs, I'm sure you've run into the teams that are all using the heartbeat sensors that makes you want to put a gun in your mouth, pull the trigger, and wipe cherry pie all over the ceiling. But you can avoid this by simply equipping a class like this. We call it the douchebag class here on my team, and reason being is you are using blind eye, assassin pro, and steady aim, along with that stinger to take down pesky choppers, the pave low in particular, which is extremely effective in this game, which I love, to be honest. So the stinger is going to allow you to take down the pesky air support shooting you down all the time. Blind eye is going to allow you to stay undetected, and Assassin Pro is going to allow you to stay undetected as well. From not only the air support, but those heartbeat sensors that drive me insane. Plain and simple. So now we've covered some pretty basic classes, and keep in mind these are all for public room matchups. This is not for the GB or the competitive arena, as a lot of this stuff is irrelevant or not even allowed to be used in the competitive field. So let's go talk about one more topic before I end this video for today, and that is kill streaks. Kill streaks, kill streaks, kill streaks. Now the class is just a random class, but what we're going to talk about is different strike packages. Assault class is going to benefit the more Slayer only guy because it is a little bit more difficult to rack up these kill points if you are running around the map. There's a lot of corner campers in this game so far. A lot of people just aren't used to the map and the loadout, so they're just kind of playing it safe, sticking to the edges of the map and not moving. They got the dick in the dirt. And so if you're gonna be using the assault class, I would recommend that you stay into a more stationary position, be that Slayer of a Slayer role. If you're gonna be doing objective or even support, I love the support loadout because your kill streaks continue after death. If you are an objective player, you know that you might die 3 or 4 times before you actually accomplish your objective, whether it be planting that bomb, defending that bomb, or running that flag back. This is going to allow you to just continuously work off of your points and not worry about your kill to death, which I don't really do anyways. Kill to death is pointless and not really anything special. Specialists, I haven't had a lot of time to really weigh the pros and cons with this particular strike package loadout. I can see once you've attained max level and you have all these perks attained and are able to use them all, I figure it will be a very vital perk setup to be using. It's going to allow you to, once you accumulate your kill streaks, you're allowed to grab that scavenger. Now you're starting to run out of ammo anyways. Let's make that, your first loadout so you can start picking up ammo, start getting, your grenades back and everything like that. Then, hey, maybe Assassin Pro. Maybe, you need Assassin Pro throughout the length of your kill streak. So, hey, let's add that. And if you're not already using Dead Silence, which I wish I could, I'm not 55 yet, but as soon as I do get to that level, Dead Silence will be on all my class setups, I believe. But if you don't already have that, and let's say you're using steady aim, but you get to that kill streak and you add dead silence, well, now you're just a much more lethal killer. You've got all these extra perks to work with, and I think it's a good strike pack to work. But you got to get to those levels where you're going to be able to use it. So I hope you guys enjoy my opinion on the class setups and so far from what I got here. I will be checking in again with the GB/competitive arena class setups, where I'm going to bring my good friend Midget King in. We'll start to discuss this more in depth. But as always, I'm Holiday Doc, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I'm out of here.